The #1 seed for the second time in franchise history. Tylan Wallace will return it for the Ravens. Gets hit inside the 20. Breaking tackles. And out of bounds near the 30. It's a nice return of 25 yards.
Really well. He's playing some of the best football of his career.
They fake the throw and hand off to Justice Hill. And Hill gets a couple. First round pick from a year ago as Jackson sets up and slings it. Incomplete for Bateman.
Coming off a tough game against Arizona last week when they gave up over 230 yards rushing. We'll see how they hold up tonight.
3rd down and 8. Jackson protected. Pass is out of the reach. Last week, Bell put it on the ground but was ruled down by contact in that win over the Cardinals. Good punt. Fair catch. Hauled in near the 12.
And neither does any other quarterback that's ever played that's watched him play.
That's McCaffrey in motion. He's going to get it out on the edge. And the outstanding second-year safety, Kyle Hamilton, is out there to make the tackle after a gain of 3.
He's still the best left tackle in the game.
Purdy sets up. Use check incomplete. Coverage on the play by Brandon Stevens. The crowd wants a flag. They don't get it. 3rd and 7. Across from Kittle on 3rd down and 7. Purdy, Kittle, first down plus, there he goes. Kittle getting a block. And down inside the 30. Williams missed the tackle and good blocking from Ayuk downfield.
Well, you see they go trips to the field. Number 32, Marcus Williams. He's the one manned up on George Kittle. And as he releases, it looked like Williams got just, you see him step to the outside just enough that allowed Kittle then to work the middle and get a couple steps on him.
Career year in some ways, averaging just under 16 yards a catch. That was 58. Purdy. Kittle again with a sliding catch at the 15. Another first down for the 49ers. They've taken the ball inside the 20. Purdy. End zone. He's picked. Intercepted by Hamilton. And a takeaway. Exactly what the Ravens needed. And this kid Hamilton is a star.
Well, just a great job by Kyle Hamilton. Brock Purdy checks it initially, but then gets his eyes off him, and he breaks on it for the interception.
Just the 3rd pick thrown by Purdy during this 6-game win streak. First time he's thrown an interception on the opening possession in his young career, making his 20th start tonight. As Edwards gets the handoff.
But because it was his 3rd read in the progression, he didn't account for Hamilton. He makes a nice play on the ball.
Little play action from Lamar. Great protection. And over the middle, Flowers was wide open, but the throw was behind him. Jackson has started 0 for 3. There's his first of the night, and it's Flowers for the first down with Thomas in coverage. A gain of 7.
They addressed it, and they hit on Zay Flowers.
Jackson is going into the end zone. And I think Jackson slipped over the umpire. They're going to throw a flag for grounding.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 8. The foul occurred in the end zone. It's a safety.
And Stout gives it a boot. With Ronnie Bell taking it in and dropping it at the 20. There's a little bit of room in front of Bell. They mark the ball out at the 21. That's where the 49ers have it, and they do carry it with McCaffrey, and he's got a nice hole over the left side and a first down, spinning to the 35 for 14 yards. And he came into the week tied for touchdowns as well with 20 on the season.
Well, you watch that trio right there. 2 tight ends and then Brandon Ayuk. And the job that they do in securing the edge and then getting up to the second level. In getting up to the second and third levels for whoever does have the ball and helping them block.
McCaffrey, another nice pickup up to the 40, got 5 and got a good block from Charlie Warner.
And initiate some of the things that he wants to do.
Purdy. Ayuk. First down San Francisco as he works in front of the corner Brandon Stevens for 18.
since he came into the league, and where he was as a rookie in 2020 and where he is now is night and day. He's as good as any receiver in football running routes, and the confidence that Brock Purdy has in turning it loose.
First down at the 42. They fake it to McCaffrey, and now Purdy floating it for Kittle, who can't make the catch.
What's up?
McCaffrey just dragged down.
I don't know if people at home realize how good that is, but those are crazy numbers.
Here's McCaffrey, and he is short of first down yardage by a yard, and a decision.
What's up?
Purdy keeps, avoids pressure, and now a sack. Marlon Humphrey, but a flag is down in the secondary.
Holding. Defense number 28. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
But they get the penalty and now a new set of downs.
Toss to Samuel, and Debo, who's got 5 rushing touchdowns on the season, until scuffle breaks out. Head coaching candidate in this league.
He had big shoes to fill for Wink Martindale, but he's done an excellent job.
2nd and 8. This ball is batted down. Jadeveon Clowney got his hand on it to bring up 3rd down and 8.
Going in motion.
3rd down and 8. And this is low in McCaffrey's direction, with Kyle Hamilton out there all over McCaffrey. 45-yard try. Field goal is drilled by the rookie Jake Moody. Now 19 of 22. A lot of people working hard to make these games look as good as they do. The kickoff by Moody in a 5-0 game into the end zone. Jackson out to his right, has Flowers. Flowers had to adjust and makes that catch. Refuses to go down, and the rookie has 13 more yards.
Short space quickness, and you don't see guys do some of the things that he's capable of doing.
There he is again, trying to make moves, and there was nowhere to go. A loss on the play as Gibson was out there not alone.
Run the ball, or excuse me, we're going to throw the ball, and they have not run the ball, but a couple of times get the ball out quick. And you know, what's San Francisco going to do? And I think ultimately that's where it's going to be for Baltimore as well.
2nd down and 12. Jackson, pretty good protection, and takes off. First time, gets a block out on the edge, and a nice pickup on 2nd down and 12. Good protection, floated downfield, and a flag for interference. That's Gibson, who banged into Isaiah Likely, and the flags flew.
Pass interference. Defense number 31. Spot foul. Automatic first down.
Handoff is to Edwards, and he's able to scoot forward to the 30.
He's outstanding in the run game as well, but Likely has given them a little bit with the loss of Andrews.
Flags fly. Here's Beckham. No catch, and there are 3 flags down on the field.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense number 31. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
First down at the 14. Here's Justice Hill. Left side, and he's going to drive it down inside the 10.
The run concepts they've kept here in Baltimore this year.
Here's Jackson. Likely blocking, and there's nothing there. Dre Greenlaw got through. Bosa was there. 3rd down coming up.
Whether or not Lamar is actually reading this, I don't believe that he was, because there's a lot of bodies out there in red jerseys and just had no chance once he tucked it.
Quick throw. Aguilar. Strong tackle. It's 4th down. Ambry Thomas. A minute left in the quarter, and the Ravens are on the board as the GOAT knocks it through in this opening quarter with just under a minute to go. A big game for playoff seeding in the AFC. On first down, Purdy lets it fly, and there's Kittle out to the 45.
Watch George Kittle here, and as he comes off the ball, there's just a lot of field there to work with. You see, the linebacker buzzes out. He's trying to get underneath the outside receiver, and there's just nobody then in the middle of the field for George Kittle. I mean, if this continues, he's already made some big plays.
Kittle 4 targets, 3 catches, 91 yards already. You see the yardage after the catch on the graphic is McCaffrey, who has not missed a start.
A physical style and sticking to the running game, but they've been throwing the ball awfully well.
Purdy has to pull it down, and now into the sideline. Deebo Samuel makes the catch. First down, inches inside the 38. This one is batted into the air and into the arms of Humphrey. And it was Stevens who went up to knock it. And he's the one that made this play.
Yeah, I mean, he really has. He's been playing outside at corner. He's been all over the place. He's coming in there anticipating really more run, and he gets his hands on the ball. The ball's intercepted. Humphrey was coming off the edge from the other side. And just a bad break for Brock Purdy in this 49ers offense.
And the Ravens take over with good field position, down by 2. They hand to Hill. And Justice Hill gets a couple. That's it. Second down and 8. Jackson keeps, and he's got Bateman.
And they're pretty good at throwing them.
Here's Flowers. Zay Flowers on first down with a nice game. When you can run the ball, both teams can do it.
The results are the same. They're effective. They have an impact on the linebacker level, and they're able to hit throws in behind it.
Here's Flowers. Makes a man miss. Has a first down near the 20. Jair Brown, who was taken over for the All-Pro Hufanga, who tore his ACL 5 weeks ago. Here is Jackson, and that is Bateman looking upfield before he made the catch. Justice Hill in the backfield on 2nd and 10. He gets it. Looking for a block. Picking his way near the 15.
And this is going to be one of those games. Who's able to come away with touchdowns in this area of the field?
It's going to be 6 straight pass plays. Pass is caught for the first down, Beckham. Odell Beckham Jr. Play action, and now it's Warner up to knock it down. Scoring touchdowns at 52%. 2nd and goal. Jackson pulls up, throws, and the pass incomplete for Beckham as he was defended by Ambry Thomas. Jackson underneath, likely, won't get there. And it'll be 4th down from the 2. Edwards has been the guy down here. Gets it and gets it. Touchdown Ravens. Number 12 on the year for Gus Edwards.
Well, they go with Ricard in the backfield, and there's Likely, and Likely's the one who gets just enough. We talk about what he's been able to do as a receiver. He gets just enough of Warner, and then Greenlaw not able to fill it. So pretty good execution in Ricard, but to be able to score there on 4th down and finish off that drive.
Extra point is good. That's the 24th rushing touchdown of the season for the Ravens, who ends up with the number 1 seed in the AFC as Tucker kicks it away. And we will take a look
and see if they can't settle Brock Purdy down just a little bit.
Here is McCaffrey, cuts upfield, and he gets hit, and hit hard into the arms of Broderick Washington. 3:15 for Washington, 3:38 Travis Jones. As Samuel out on the edge, Hamilton can't bring him down. Breaking tackles, and he is short of the 30, a gain of 3. It's 3rd down and 5. Blitz off the edge with Hamilton. He gets picked up, but they're going to throw a flag on that. And Purdy is spinning around. There are 2 flags on the play. This is another pick by Hamilton. He got up and was downfield for the pick. A 3-interception game for Brock Purdy.
Personal foul. Shot block. Offense number 23. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced after the interception. First down, Baltimore.
And Kyle Hamilton has 2 interceptions here in this half. 2 of the 3 for the Ravens. And here's Bosa as he makes the play on Justice Hill.
And really a Swiss Army knife in all the different things that he can do.
2nd down and 13 now for the Ravens. This throw a little behind Flowers. And these two can't connect.
I mean, it definitely has an impact on you as far as what you're seeing the rest of the game.
Here's another incompletion with Flowers the target. Greenlaw was closing on it. 4th down, and Tucker comes on for the field goal try. High snap. Kick is perfect. And now 29 of 30 for Justin Tucker on kicks. Playoff implications all over the place. Congratulations to the Lions and Dan Campbell as they have won the North, their first divisional title in 30 years. Here's Debo. Good return out across the 30.
You got to start putting some wins together and start reclaiming some of that confidence heading into the postseason if you're going to have an impact.
Here's McCaffrey. He's able to cross the 35 and pick up 3 where Matabike.
But yeah, I know it means a lot to Jimmy. It'll be a great celebration for a guy who meant so much to our teams.
Hall of Fame class 2020. Purdy trying to throw back. And he's able to find McCaffrey. That was something.
Sometimes the windows start to shrink a little bit more than what they typically would. You don't see things quite as well as you were earlier in the game.
It's not exactly the brotherly shove, but it works for Brock Purdy in a gain of 2 and a 1st down.
Well, there's some quarterbacks that get conservative. There's other quarterbacks like Brett Favre that he'd say, hey, I'm going to throw 6 more of them if I have to.
Here's McCaffrey, a spinning catch. Tries to split those 2 great inside linebackers, Queen and Smith. Top 2 scoring defenses going at it here tonight. 2nd down and 2, and McCaffrey breaks out. Still going, and he's down inside the 10.
Well, you got Juszczyk, and then you talk about Deebo Samuel and the job that they do. They got a zone scheme up front, and there's the crease, and there's Deebo Samuel working all the way down the field on Brandon Stevens, and an excellent job.
1st down and goal. Here's McCaffrey. He's got it. Touchdown 49ers, and McCaffrey's got his 21st of the year. Let's make sure the knees were up, and they were. Touchdown 49ers. This to make it a 1-point game, and it is 13-12.
But in today's world of analytics, you know, a lot of that has changed, but I like the decision to just kick the extra point.
Nobody says Merry Christmas like Christian McCaffrey. Nobody. Here's a shot to the sideline, and Bateman with a catch at the 45. Ravens up by 1 with 3:16 left. And a flag is down back near the offensive line. It's against
illegal
Baltimore.
use of hands. Hands in the face. Offense number 76. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 1st down.
It was up into the face of Javon Hargrave, who missed last week's game with a hamstring injury. They got him back, and boy, are they happy he is back. Here is Jackson out to his left. Throws across the field for Likely. Indeed made that grab. Nothing to say that's incomplete there. Here's a better look.
Oh, he does
good
catch.
13-yard completion, and now Flowers with a block has a 1st down. And the Ravens have overcome that hands to the face penalty this season in the city of brotherly love. Here is Jackson. They're going to say he was down. Down by contact when he threw that pass, and that's going to be Javon Hargrave with a sack.
A guy like Lamar Jackson, you start leaving some lanes open, but you see there's just nowhere then for Lamar Jackson to go. Lenore comes off the slot. They've got 4 others that are in rush, and they're able to get home.
And there's the 2nd down now. Jackson sliding to his left. There's going to be a flag in the secondary on the coverage with Ambry Thomas He had a hold of Zay Flowers, and they threw the flag.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense number 20. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So they started playing Lenore then inside at slot, which put Ambry Thomas on the outside.
First down thanks to the penalty and a spinning catch by Hill. They have to defend the play that's called and then defend the play that happens when the play breaks down. And Jackson does his thing.
Ravens organization raves about the structure and how they operate as a unit.
Jackson out to his right on first down. He's got the tight end Kohler. First down at the 35. Flag on the play. Aguilar makes the catch.
Personal foul, face mask. Offense number 79. 15-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Jackson complete to Flowers. Here's Likely overthrown. You try to bite off a little bit of the yardage if you're the Ravens to make the field goal try easier on Tucker. Jackson will do just that and get the first down. Still running and down near the 11.
You're going to see Chase Young. He comes off the edge, and it looks like he's going to have a chance on him as Lamar is trying to buy time right there. And then once he gets outside the pocket, you're going to see Fred Warner, as you mentioned. He comes up, no chance whatsoever to make a play on Lamar Jackson in the open field. What a great job. It's just, overcoming long downs and distances against this defense, hard to do, but not many teams have Lamar Jackson.
He is 1 of 1, and that's a season long. Jackson taking a lot of time. End zone shot incomplete with 4 seconds left. And this is a 4-point game at the half. And the first possession will start at the 25.
You rely on the run game as the game moves along, particularly when you move into the second half, but they've had success on the ground.
Here they go with a toss to McCaffrey, and it is handled by the Ravens.
Yeah, he averaged over 8 yards a carry in the first half, but he had that 40-yard run. Even if you take that out, it was 5 yards a carry, so he's had some running lanes.
Here's Kittle. Third down coming up, brought down by Queen.
And they can fly, and they love contact.
Third down and 5. Blitz off the edge from Queen, and this one nearly picked.
Wow.
Snead kind of lost his footing. And this will cost the 49ers.
Offense number 36. 5-yard penalty, still fourth down.
Good punt by Wisnowski, his first of the night. Tylan Wallace zigzagging his way with a good return for the Ravens. And Wisnowski at the end of that play delivered a hit on the boundary and may have picked up the flag.
Personal foul. Kicking team. Late hit out of bounds. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Jackson. He's got Edwards. And Gus Edwards off to the races. Warner is there and able to bring him down inside the 5.
Well, watch Gus Edwards, 35, after the play fake. He's kind of helping out in protection, and then as Jackson leaves the pocket, he just gives him a place to go with the football, knowing that Jackson scrambles so much.
Here is Edwards, and Bosa makes the play. Ravens hurried it up, got right back to the line of scrimmage.
The big reason why is their inability to cash in with touchdowns.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson buys time to the end zone for a touchdown, Aguilar. Aguilar with the catch into an opening for the touchdown catch.
Yeah, once Lamar gets outside the pocket, Aguilar sees that he's in trouble. He starts up the field, and he turns and comes right back, just like we saw from Edwards on the other play. Every guy really looks for an opportunity to help out their quarterback, and they do it well. It's obvious when you watch them, when Lamar gets outside the pocket, it looks like an offense, the way that they're in unison and giving him places to go with the football, and it paid off there.
And that touchdown is 21st of the season, too shy of the 49ers franchise record set by the great Jerry Rice in the house tonight. Here's another pick. That's Patrick Queen. And Queen will not go down until he gets inside the 10.
Well, there's the pressure, and he's able to get his hands on Purdy, and that's where the ball gets deflected, and Queen then they're able to make the play on the ball.
Let's see the end of it.
Yeah.
Because the two teams are kind of just looking at each other as you see Trent Williams come out of there with a ball. Here's the first part of it, and the arm of Brock Purdy is hit. Queen gets the interception, his first of the year and the fourth of the night. And here's the end of it. Queen didn't go down. That ball is starting to come out. And Trent Williams, who hung in there to the end of the play, rips it out. John, what did you see?
And hold Baltimore to 3 points here.
Fake toss. Jackson. End zone. Flowers for the touchdown.
But look, they go Ronnie Stanley over here, and then you've got Likely, who's there at tight end. So they put Kohler at the left tackle spot, and they free up Likely for an easy touchdown.
I mean, in a blink. 2 touchdowns in 18 seconds. They are flexing here on the road on Christmas night. Deebo Samuel on the return, lost his footing at the 15.
And somehow you've got to block it all out and just trust what you're seeing.
Here is a pass behind Deebo Samuel, and Brandon Stevens had visions of a Christmas night touchdown in his mind. 2nd and 10. What a night so far for Mike McDonald's defense. Purdy keeps on the play action. He's going to go for Samuel. Nice leaping grab across the 35.
Because this is a really good route by Deebo Samuel on the dig route, and good protection. You see how much field there is. He just lays it to the middle of the field and lets Deebo Samuel go get it. That's one of the strengths of Brock Purdy, because he's able to get balls up and down, and he doesn't have to be as accurate on those types of throws.
Here's Purdy dancing around, makes the completion to use check. When we talked to Kyle Shanahan about Brock,
put him behind you, just do what you do. That's one thing to hear that. You just got to trust it.
Here's McCaffrey, and it's well played by the Ravens defense.
And Kyle said he's been fantastic. He can take coaching as far as he wants to go with it.
3rd down and 7. Here's Samuel with a drop, and there's a flag down on the far side of the field.
You just don't see those types of penalties with this group.
Not a pretty punt, but boy, is it effective. As it will go all the way, as the Ravens have it at their 5. Up by 18. They hand to Justice Hill. And Hill is able to get 3. 2nd and 7. Hill again. Driving with Warner in on the tackle.
It's been Lamar Jackson who has hurt them.
Jackson keeps and gets it. But a flag is down in the secondary.
Holding. Defense number 99. 5-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Jackson hangs in the pocket, finds Isaiah Likely, and the tight end still rolling. Breaking tackles to the San Francisco 44.
Jair Brown, number 27, and how he's played well. But he gets ISO'd on Likely, and Likely just does a good job running a route. I mean, he gets him turned around, creates separation, and Lamar Jackson, there was no doubt where he was going with the football, and then to add insult.
Possession started at the 5. They're already at the 44 of the 49ers. Brown coming on a blitz, can't bring down Jackson. This is Hill, and Justice Hill is tripped up.
Going to make the play in the backfield on Lamar Jackson, or whether or not he's going to make the play. And Jair Brown comes off the edge. He's not able to get to him. He's close. But as Jackson steps up and then gets the ball to Hill, Hill's the one guy in the backfield who's got some speed. But Justice Hill is the next guy who has some of that explosiveness that they lack.
Here's a handoff to Edwards. He's bobbled.
And he's been the star on this field.
2nd down and 9. Jackson, Flowers makes a move and is able to hang on, surviving the hit by Greenlaw and picking up 10.
Lamar to do a few more things in the passing game.
He takes it down inside the 5.
So much of what he's been able to do has been to keep these plays alive that we've been watching ever since he came into the league.
Here is Edwards, still trying to get to the end zone, and Dre Greenlaw able to make that tackle.
And Lamar Jackson's been fantastic.
3rd down and goal. It's all Lamar. Stop short of the end zone. Kevin Gibbons in there to make the play. It's 4th down. Play clock is down inside of 5. And they don't care about the 5-yard penalty for delay of game. They're not going to use a timeout. .1 game. Ravens have scored on 7 straight possessions. Their point margin is through the roof, plus 146. 32 points better than any other team, and they lead by 21 points here tonight.
And we played great that night, and it propelled us to our 3rd Super Bowl.
On 1st down, Purdy trying to make magic happen, finds Kittle.
Looked like he had a chance to maybe get his hand on it, but you can see Kittle, 85, he's going to come up and then run the dig route. We saw it earlier in this game, but Purdy's able to just lay that right over the hand of Roquan Smith.
2 minutes left, 3rd quarter. 1st down, San Francisco. Here's McCaffrey. Good throw by Purdy. Hit him in stride, and McCaffrey with another 1st down. Out of bounds inside the 45.
Yards per attempt is just under 10 yards. As you see Kittle, the job that he does along with Ayuk. On throws at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage, McCaffrey, it's a pretty good combination.
Here's another one. Samuel survives that hit by Humphrey. That was insane.
He read it perfectly. He sees it coming right at him and comes up and he puts a good lick on him, but nobody wraps up these days. Everybody comes in with a big hit. And Deebo Samuel, he took his best shot.
Quarter number 3, 2nd down and 4. Here is McCaffrey, finds a crease. Flag flies.
Holding, offense number 11. 10-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
And that wipes away a 14-yard run.
So use check here at the bottom, and here's McCaffrey.
To McCaffrey. And the Ravens are starting to creep up to the line of scrimmage. We've seen 3 or 4 of those on this possession, and we are through 3 quarters here in Santa Clara. It's 3rd down and 11. Purdy. Contact, no flag, as Samuel was the closest one to it. Ravens showing blitz. Purdy is in trouble. Gets away from trouble and now flips it to McCaffrey behind his back, and still a stop by the Ravens. Little no-look pass from Purdy with a loss of 1.
Well, Patrick Queen, he defeats McCaffrey on the block as he comes in on the rush. And in 4th down, you're just doing everything you can to try to keep this play alive and give somebody an opportunity. But Baltimore's defense,
from the Bears last season. Here's Justice Hill on a toss. Able to ride a body and stay up and pick up a 1st down. 2nd down and 4. Hill Warner on the tackle, and it will be third down and less than a yard.
Yeah, they just took their time breaking the huddle.
And here's Warner leaping over the top before the snap, trying to time it. It's worth a shot.
Encroachment. Defense number 54. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
And a first down by penalty as Jackson finds Aguilar, who has a touchdown tonight. And Aguilar on first down picks up a couple. Second down and 8. Comes in 56 and 19 over his first 75 starts.
The Ravens are in field goal range already, but create something negative.
Third down and 5, and they have done just that. They just let the play clock expire. They don't care about the 5 yards.
Offense number 11. 5-yard penalty, still fourth down.
Stout, end over end punt, and a fair catch by Ronnie Bell. With the AFC East on the line. As the pass is caught, Purdy is able to find McCaffrey, who is thrown to the ground with a first down.
They just keep playing. They string some wins together, and they might win the division.
Here is a pass broken up by Hamilton.
It doesn't get easier, like you said, Joe. That's going to be one great matchup between Baltimore and Miami next weekend.
Here's Purdy, flushed out to his right. There's nowhere to go with the ball, and so he just throws it away.
Create space and big plays and so many opportunities. They just haven't been there tonight.
Here's Purdy stepping through pressure, and he finds Ayuk. First down, and the 49ers needed that. And here is the replay. What happened at the end of that play. He's already playing through a sprained MCL in his left knee. Geno Stone takes his spot. First down, San Francisco, and Purdy is brought down. A sack by this Ravens defense and Kyle Van Noy.
You're going to see it's just a 4-man rush. They're playing coverage and just.
Purdy protected. Ayuk with a catch. Spins away from a tackle and takes it down inside the 30.
March down the field. They've got this handled, but because of Ayuk and his ability to make, turns it into a big play.
Right back to the line. Purdy is sacked again. Jadeveon Clowney. More on the right side, and Clowney went right through this offensive line. And Purdy is slow to get up.
Well, you see that with McKivitz having to go over to the left side, and there just has been pressure back there on this possession on each time that.
Banks at left guard. Try to reset that offensive line as Ayuk makes the catch. Patrick Queen with the tackle, and third down coming up.
This is the point in the game they want to get to, where they know they're going to be rushing the quarterback, and then with the makeshift offensive line that you talked about.
Here's Kittle for a first down. First down. Darnold. Pass is caught by Willie Snead. And the catch as he goes to the ground, a gain of 6. Second down and 5. Darnold off the hands of McCaffrey and nearly intercepted. The former Jet fires, end zone touchdown to Ronnie Bell. And the rookie has got his first touchdown in the NFL.
Well, you see he's focused over here, so it's one-on-one here. And when he comes off the ball, Ronnie Bell, that he's one-on-one on the safety, and then it's just a matter of him getting to the middle and Sam Darnold beating him with the football. Good read by Darnold. Nice job coming in off the bench to at least.
It is a 14-point game. Juwan Jennings is out.
Yeah, my guess is that Kyle has said his night's over.
Justice Hill on the return is able to take it to the 30 again for the 49ers. Edwards doing all that he can. Dre Greenlaw makes the tackle after a gain of 3.
That is hard to believe when you consider how explosive that offense can be, that they haven't overcome that kind of deficit.
Here's a toss to Hill and a loss of 1 on the play. 3rd down coming up. Jackson, pass knocked down at the line of scrimmage by Warner.
And was wondering whether or not he was going to be more of a spy in the middle or if he was actually going to blitz. And he actually came on the play, was able to get his hands on the ball. It's a good job of making a stop.
That 3 and out lasted 1:34. A line drive punt. Ronnie Bell coming off that touchdown is able to return it across the 35 for 10 yards. Look out, Sam Darnold, as he suffers a sack. Back just outside the 25 by Clowney.
Fighting the clock offensively, so they want to get the ball down the field. Jadeveon Clowney, he just runs right back by McKivitz, who in game the way that he's had to. And the Ravens just rushing 4 guys, but they've made it tough on this offensive line.
Here's Kittle on 2nd and 19. And as he laid there, all 49er fans held their breath. Was able to get up, miss 3 plays, and then continue. This one incomplete. Feliciano at guard, and McKivitz on the left side. Quick throw. Deebo Samuel had to fight. And he got it. 1st down, San Francisco, and that is all Deebo.
He looked like he was going to be stopped well short. That move there back inside is what gave him a chance. But even
after reviewing the play, the rule on the field stands. 1st down. Baltimore is charged with their first timeout.
Trent Williams is, but overall, and now they can't use the play action. It's all drop back, and that's not what they're about.
Here's Darnold showing what he can do with his legs. Out of bounds with a gain of 9. And his return is doubtful. That's the official word, as Darnold is protected this time, and he throws wide for McCaffrey. 3rd down and 1. Quick throw, and it's Ayuk. Spinning to the 21. And the 49ers aren't done yet.
But they've got a free rusher on Darnold, and he does an outstanding job of getting it out and hitting Ayuk in stride.
Here he is again. Ayuk down inside the 15. Brought down by Stevens.
Look good.
2nd and 3. Little shoulder fake and incomplete with Ayuk the closest to it. Now 2:20 left. 3rd and 3. 4th-year player from St. John's in Minnesota. 3rd down and 3. Ayuk, contact and a flag.
Pass interference. Defense number 21. Spot foul. Automatic 1st down.
McCaffrey in a tailback behind Juszczyk. They fake it to him. Darnold's in trouble and able to throw it away. Malik Harrison was in pursuit.
Coming into this game, we talked about it, but Mike McDonald, he's done a great job with this group.
Here is McCaffrey. Full head of steam, doesn't get there. Got a yard. Pretty vocal and upset about being the underdog coming into this game. Leading by 14. Darnold can't find anywhere to go. And Urban is there to clean up on the sack. Clowney was the first guy there, and Jadeveon has had a big night.
It's not there here, trying to make a play, but just somehow unload the football and at least give yourself a chance. Now, they got 4th down. He's still got another play to try. That was a big sack that he just took.
And now false start.
Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
As the defense has had some fun here on Christmas against the 49ers. 4th and goal. End zone shot. Another interception. This one for Marcus Williams. And that is that. A 5-interception game for Mike McDonald's defense.
But everybody else is going to work this way and just handle that side of the field with the 3 receivers going vertical and sitting back there on the goal line knowing they've got to force the ball in. The only real shot that Darnold had was if he tried to work Ayuk on the one-on-one, which earlier the sack really did him in.
For Marcus Williams, his first interception of the season.
Just an outstanding performance against a really good defensive unit.
Here's Gus Edwards picking up a first down. The clock continues to run.
And what Lamar Jackson was able to do, I would have to believe that he kind of leapfrogged everybody tonight, and he's the odds-out favorite to win it.
He told us he doesn't care about it. He wants to deliver a present on Christmas for his team and the Ravens fans. And he did just that. And for John Harbaugh, he had his team ready on this Christmas night as the Ravens go to 12-3.